let us open our hearts to the nature of the Anahata Chakra, which is the center of our heart. There are many wonderful symbols here. We'll just list them, and then over the next few days we'll unbox this list. But I'd like for you to spend a moment to observe what you can see here. See, there's a deity on the left and right. There is a Devanagari symbol. That is Yam. And on each petal of this lotus, there are sub-mantras. How many petals are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, I think, if I counted right. And below there seems to be an animal. Some kind of horned being. Alright. So of course the position within the body is in the center of the chest, at the level of the heart. Now that's very interesting. Normally it's described as green, but here this yogi, who's certainly qualified to give his experience, shares that the color is sky blue, which represents purity, freedom, expansiveness, infinity, and orange and green, which represent the radiation of the fire from the Manipura chakra. We heard that the Manipura, the solar plexus chakra, was orangey yellow, but it had a radiating green aura that contains the heart chakra within its field. It represents the tattva, the element of vayu, air, which represents movement, energy, touch, and sensation. Its mantra is my name. Yam. And the sub-mantras as we go around the lotus are Gum, Khum, Gum, Ghum, Ngum, Chum, Chum, Jum, Jum, Nyum, Dum, and Tum. Just making sure I got that right. Yes, I believe I did. This lotus is of 12 petals, which represent the 12 qualities of the heart: joy, peace, kindness, patience, love, harmony, clarity, compassion, purity, understanding, forgiveness, and bliss. The animal that we saw is an antelope, which represents its vigilance, speed, and sensitivity. The divinities that we saw are Shiva and Shakti, consciousness and nature. Its symbols include a new moon, representing changeability, the path to perfection, and it also has 2 triangles, representing rising and falling energy. Its qualities and aspects include Jivan Jyoti, which means the seat of the so-called living light, Atma Bhakti, which means love, devotion, understanding, compassion, and forgiveness, especially towards the self within you and all beings. And that's a great question, Lala. Are the mantras like a hum, like us humming? Because you learned something about that. Yes, that's called the Anusvara in Sanskrit, which literally means Anu, nasalized, Svara, sound. And the reason that's symbolically important in bija mantras like Yam or Om is because in Sanskrit, which is the language of these mantras, the Anusvara has a symbolic and grammatical role. When we are speaking in Sanskrit, we breathe out into the object and into the subject. And the Anusvara, the redirecting of the sound inward, the nasal cavity, is how we designate the subject of a sentence. In English, the grammatical rule for the subject is just whatever's at the first part of the sentence. If I say, I love you, just because I comes before love, that means I am the subject. And because you come after the love, then that means you are the object. But in Sanskrit, you can rearrange the order as long as you hum while addressing the subject and breathe out while addressing the object of the sentence. So, while humming in a mantra, we are referring to the subject of our experience, the witness, the source of this perception itself. And I think that's very beautiful. So we are literally redirecting our sound energy inward. Some more qualities and aspects of the Anahata Chakra include Bhava Samadhi, the samadhi of love for God. Samadhi means the superconscious state of meditative absorption. Sankalpa Shakti, which is the power of wish fulfillment. Mantra Shakti, the power of words. Ajapa Japa, which is spontaneous, constant repetition of mantra. The seat of feelings and emotions. Creative writing, artistic talent, these are other aspects. Its positive aspect is the awakening of divine love, and its negative aspect is the changing emotion, stagnation of development. Its prana, its vital breath, is the prana, the breath. The level and plane that it relates to is the Maharloka, which refers to balance. The planet it corresponds to is Venus. That makes sense. Venus is the god of love, isn't it? I think. Its principle is Sankalpa and Vikalpa, forming and discarding of ideas. And it represents the moon, which in turn represents changeability. Its precious stone is sapphire, its metal is copper, its mineral is potassium, and its characteristic is moha, which means a lack of vision or perception as a cause of attachment. When you fall in love with the heart, you can certainly have a lack of vision in other regards. Convenient for love. Its sensitivity is to Trishna, which is thirst. Its sense organ is the Tvach, the skin, principle representing Vayu, touch. Its taste is astringent. Its quality is prasarana, expansion. Part of the body it represents is the pani, the hands, the principle representing Indra, giving and taking. The secretion representing it represents is Svedha, perspiration. The gland it corresponds to is the thymus. Its plexus is the cardiac plexus, and other names include the Heart Chakra and Hridaya Kamala, which is a lotus of Hridaya. I don't know what Hridaya is, but that's fun to say. Hridaya Kamala. Another name includes the Chintamani. Alright, let's just do a little introduction to the Heart Chakra. the Anahata Chakra. Anahata Nada means unlimited, infinite sound. The Anahata Chakra is one of the most beautiful and richest chakras and invites us to dwell longer in its inexhaustible treasures of delightful feelings and experiences. It is located in the region of the heart, in the center of the chest, and this is why it is known as the heart center. And it is not without reason that the heart is regarded as the symbol of love, for the Anahata Chakra is the seat of love. Just as love is infinite, so also is the Anahata Chakra, and the extent of the radiance of the Anahata Chakra depends upon the depths of our relationships. When our heart opens to divine love, our love becomes infinite. We find numerous sayings in general use about the boundless nature of the Anahata Chakra. To have a big heart, a heart as deep as the ocean, to have a place in the heart for everyone. Saying, I love you and always think about you, with the intellect are merely empty words, but to really send loving feelings to someone, we must open the heart and allow love and light to radiate from our inner self. And we're about to go to an episode described in the Ramayana, a great Indian epic. But before going into that, we'll pause our reading of the hidden power in humans there for now, as we are introducing the Heart Chakra. So thank you for listening.